Hi, my name's Brittany and welcome to my channel, Pineapple Grease. Like and subscribe and all of that jazz. And today we're going to be talking about actually a webtoon called Just for a Meowment. I know the pun is like really terrible. It's what attracted me to the story, so I guess it worked, but it's so stupid. So basically it's about this office lady. Like, she has a really hard time where everyone in the office is like horrible to her, and one of her friends kind of tricks her and into this big scam and like tries to steal from the company or something. So she's at an all-time low and she decides to jump off the roof of her office building and, you know, kill herself. So that's how it starts. But then when she's falling down, the Grim Reaper comes to her and is like, oh no, like, how you just wasted your life. And he decides to give her 100 days as a cat because she wishes to be loved. And so he's like, go enjoy your 100 days of being loved. And so she is left as a cat. And she gets discovered by the director of her office because they're like looking for her because they think that she was involved in this big scam. So she goes home with him as a cat and he ends up like taking care of her, but then she turns back into a human sometimes. So she's like shifting between human and cat and has to like work together with this director guy and try and like live with him for her 100 days. And it's very strange. That's pretty much it for the non-spoiler section. Like, the setup is pretty quick, but it's a little complicated. So I recommend you go and read it. There are 21 chapters out right now and it's ongoing. So there's not that much to read, and then you can come back and talk to me about it. I'm here. So for the spoiler people, well, for one thing, I thought it was funny how the Grim Reaper appears as like a kid playing his Switch, and she's just like, you look like a little kid, and he's like, what? Oh, sorry. But it was super random. But I don't know, it's like, the story is definitely like very cheesy. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it's not great. It's kind of like garbage, but in a like fun way, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of shoujo is kind of garbagey in that way, but like this is pretty garbage, but it's still fun. Like, it's very fun. Yeah, well, like when she turns back into a person for the first time, it's just naked on the couch, like sitting like a cat, is so funny because it's so awkward. Like, could you imagine having that happen to you? I don't think I could. I would die. Oh. And the director, like, it's good that he's so like, I don't trust you. But then it also, like, something about that whole sequence of how he's like, I don't trust you. And then he sort of suddenly is like, I trust you now. I don't know. It felt a little awkward. But I don't know. Setup is often kind of awkward, so maybe it's fine. Oh, and then when the door is open, when he comes home that one time and he's worried that she's gone missing because he has that whole trauma about how his like cat ran away and got hit by a car, and it's so cute because he's so worried about her and he's like, oh no, something could happen to her, because he thinks back to the fact that like she just tried to kill herself like yesterday, so he has pretty good reason to be worried about her. You know how he freaks out and is like, would you be fine in my circumstances? No. Oh, so it's very sweet how much he like cares about her. It's also so funny how he's just like obsessed with cats. Like, he looks at her when she's a cat and he's like, oh, I just want to pet her. And she's like so uncomfortable. But yeah, all their interactions with each other are very cute. Like, I like when she's a cat and tries to wake him up and then he's just like half asleep and is like, oh, kitty. So then she scratches him. You know, it's very sweet. And then also like all their time together as like people, where they like sort of relate to each other because they're both kind of were like isolated and had sort of a hard time in life in general, I guess. Like, I don't know, Miohei, she's our main character, the cat girl, she's like, has the stereotypical like extreme bullying that happens in manga to her, where, you know, all the office people turn against her, and I'm like, I don't think this would really happen. Like, this only happens in manga, but it happens all the time. So, you know, they all turn against her. She gets like water dumped on her, and like she has this really horrible past. It's sad, but then it's nice how they can like relate to each other, and then like when they comfort each other, it's so cute with the lap pillow, and she's like, I'm so embarrassed. It's just weird. Like, they have a little too much like insta love, I feel like. Like, if their relationship moves forward so fast, like they're really not in a relationship yet, but it's still like, oh my gosh, like right away we're gonna be like, oh yep. Clearly there's something there immediately, which I guess is normal, but it does feel a little awkward. Like, they do talk about their pasts a little bit, where, you know, he tells her like how he had a sad childhood and it was really hard. He was kind of alone and nobody comforted him, and he like wasn't close to his stepmother, and his mother died and all that jazz. But like, I don't know, it's nice getting that connection part, but it does still feel a little bit like too fast for me. Oh, there's that blonde guy, Mr. Kwan, who, he's so sketchy. He's so sketchy because he's like, I don't know, gonna sell out Director Cha to the bad lady who's working against him, and I don't know, but he like acts like his friend. And then at the end of the chapters we have, he like kidnaps Cat Miohei, you know, and he takes her home. And but he's like, it's so stressful because he seems like, he said he was like looking for Director Cha's weakness, sort of. So it's like, are you like kidnapping the cat for that reason, or is he just picking her up off the street and like being a good person of like, I'm gonna take this cat and take care of it? But he went to Director Cha's house. Like, you'd think he would put her in the house if that's what he was doing. So, I don't know. It's a little sketch, and I don't trust him at all. He's so sketchy. And then also the fact that he's like, oh, I really want to find Miohei. Like, he's so looking for her. And he's like, I want to apologize and protect her. But I don't buy that at all. Like, I don't trust him. I feel like he's maybe part of the scam, or he's like trying to get rid of her. Like, I don't believe him. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see if he's actually a good guy, like he's acting like, or if he's not, because I think he's bad. Yeah, I don't know. I don't trust him at all. Well, and like, we get that whole thing about how he's like, oh yeah, like me, I'm like nothing. And he says he's not jealous of Director Cha because he's like isolated and alone, but it still seems like he's like trying to tear him down and like build himself up. Like, he's so sketchy and I don't like it at all. Oh, and yeah, I'm really nervous about her being at his house. Oh, and the fact that he like apparently thinks he knows that she turns into a person because he like saw her through the curtain. He saw her shape change into person shape. And so when he takes her home, he's like, how long is it gonna take for you to turn into a human? And she's like, no, don't. Like, how do you know? And it's so worrisome. Like, I don't want him to know. I don't trust him. I don't want like her secret to be shared with him now too, because then it like makes it less of a like cute thing that she just shares with Director Cha. Like, I would rather have them just have their secret together and not bring in this guy that's super sketch and have him ruin everything and be like, oh, doop-a-doop-a-doo. I don't know. It makes me really nervous. But yeah, the story is definitely not the best, but it's pretty fun. I really like her as a cat too because she's so cute. Like, she's such a cute cat. It has so many like silly interactions where, you know, like they go to be like, here's your cat, and he's like, can I pick her up? Is that awkward? Like, would she let me? Is it and it's just so funny. Also, like, how she decides to go out shopping or whatever. I don't know. I don't know if I'd want to go outside when you just turn into a cat at random moments. So, but whatever. I guess you would want to still go out, but it seems so sketchy when they live in like the city and people will definitely be able to see you. Also, the weird fact that they just threw in how she like can communicate with cats and stuff. I I don't know where that's going, but I don't think I like it. I think it's stupid. So hopefully that is not, I don't know, either they do something interesting with it and it becomes fine, or maybe it just goes away and we don't talk about it again. Because I just thought it was so dumb. And all the cats are like, you smell like a cat, but you were a person, and blah blah. Oh, and the weird fact that she and a cat both had the same wish. So she's sort of like, also it's the spirit of a cat. It's not like she's just randomly a cat. So like for things like when she's at the office and she like sort of goes crazy or whatever and like starts tearing stuff up and is like, I don't know what happened, something just came over me. I think that's like the actual cat coming into play, even though mostly she seems to be in control when she's the cat. So that I thought was really weird and random, and I was wondering if like the cat is the same cat that director Cha had as a child or something, and he like wants to be loved again, and so that would be interesting. I don't know, it's just weird. But yeah, the story, it's very fun. I would recommend reading it, but like I don't, like if you're expecting to get some like deep things out of it or like to have it be some really amazing thing, don't. It's not. It's very stupid and very like, I don't know, it's like a very dumb rom-com that's not very well done, but it's definitely fun. So I still think it's worth reading, but we'll see if it devolves further, like with this cat thing and what's going on. But I'm still interested to see what happens next. So for now, I'm gonna keep up with it, and let me know what you thought. Did you enjoy it? Do you think it's garbage? But yeah, so that's my review. Like and subscribe and stuff, and I hope to hear from you. All right, bye.